Hello students, topic for today's lecture is essentials of offer. What actually are basic conditions for a valid offer? First condition is offer must create legal relations. That there must be a legal relations between the person who is offering and the person who is accepting. Suppose I invited B. I am A. I invited B for a dinner invitation. I am giving a dinner invitation that please B, you are invited to a dinner invitation, right? And if I arranged everything in my house for the dinner, brought cold drinks, snacks, and arranged a lot in my house. But if in any case B does not come to my house for dinner, but so I cannot sue him because there was no intention to create legal relations, right? Understood? Now second point is offer must be clear and not vague, that it must be definite, that what is the offer, how many days we will sell our how many days we'll deliver our product, what is the actual price of that product. Everything must be definite, it must be clear, right? Third is offer must be communicated to the offeree. For proposal offer, it is must that it must be communicated to the offeree. No offeree can accept the offer without the proposal, without knowledge of a person. Suppose I'll explain it through example. Again same, we'll sell the pen, and I'm very good at selling pen. I'll say that this is my pen, Preeti. Same example, Preeti, will you accept it? I'll say I am offering this for rupees 10, will you accept it? So this is an offer is completed when it comes to the knowledge of Preeti. Now it is an offer as it comes to your knowledge, only by saying that I have a pen, should I sell it or not. Nobody knows that I'm actually selling it, or in general public also I'm saying nobody knows who I'm selling. So if I'm selling to Preeti, it is essential that it is in the knowledge of Preeti, that is our offerer, that offeree, that I am selling a pen and this is an offer for her, right? There was a case, Lakshman Shukla versus Gauri Dutt. It was held that acceptance in ignorance of the proposal does not amount to acceptance. That is, there was a servant who found the missing boy of his owner and then claimed the award, but it was that he was not known before about the award he is claiming, because after he went to search the nephew of the owner claimed for the reward. So he was not knowing, the servant had no knowledge about the reward, so later on he cannot file any suit because he had no knowledge about the reward. Now is offer may be conditional. We can put an offer that is conditional. Suppose I said that I'll sell you my phone if today, if you will make me half payment, so advance payment. So I can my offer can be conditional, that I want advance payment and then I'll sell my phone. So it can be conditional. Second is offer cannot be a negative condition. It cannot contain a negative condition. Suppose I said you that I want to sell my phone to you, and if by tomorrow you will not reject my offer, I'll consider it that as accepted, that you accepted my offer. So there can be a no negative condition, right? I can not only assume that if you have not rejected my offer, it is accepted. There can be a no negative condition. Next point is offer can be general or specific. I came in your class, I said who want to purchase my phone, right? Who want to purchase the books of Indian Contract Act. So it is a specific, it is a general offer that I announce it in an open class in the general public. Any one of you can come to me and say, ma'am, I want to purchase your books. But specific is that I am asking, suppose to my friend, that are you interested in purchasing the book. So it is a specific offer, and general offer is that it is in public offer, it is applicable, open to all, anyone can accept it. And the last condition, last essential for a valid offer is offer may be expressed or implied. Suppose I said any offer which is expressed through words or in writing is an expressed offer, and any offer which is expressed through the conduct of a party is called as an implied offer. Thank you.